Hi guys, my name is Justine. We are gonna go through a beginner's yoga class. This is open to anyone, all bodies, all levels. My biggest thing with movement is that movement is medicine, and as we move, like how we move is how we live. So let's move in a way that feels kind and compassionate to ourselves so that we can take these same ideas with us when we step off the mat and back into our daily lives. So we're gonna start in child's pose, an extended child's pose. So you'll have your big toes together and your knees wide, and you'll just release your forehead down onto the mat and reach your arms forward. And so give yourself a few breaths here just to land, arriving on your mat, and let your focus turn inward towards your breath. Let your eyes close and just slowly let all of the different pieces of your body start to land on the mat. Notice the different points of contact that you're making. You can feel the palms of your hands. You can feel your forearms, your forehead, your ribs releasing to your thighs, the tops of your feet and your shins on the mat. And wherever you're making contact with the mat, just make it intentional. Be aware of where you are in space. And then grounding into your hands. As you inhale next, come up to all fours. So you'll walk your knees in so they're a little bit narrower right underneath your hips. And once again here, spread your fingers wide, press into your hands, press into the tops of your feet. And from there, we'll start to move. So we'll inhale to reach the heart forward, tilt the tailbone up, let your belly button drop towards the floor. And as you exhale, curl your chin into your chest, your pubic bone towards your belly button. And we'll go through that a few times. It's an inhale to extend, reaching the spine long, collarbones broadening. And as you exhale, flex, curling the pelvis inward, the chin in towards your chest. Look at your belly button as you lift your belly button towards the spine. One more round here. Inhale, reach the chest forward. Exhale, curling in. You can do that as many rounds as you want. And then from there, just make it a little bit more organic. You can move your hips to the right, back past your heels, over to the left, circling into your shoulders, circling into your hips. And just kind of wake up the different pieces of your body. So you'll reverse directions, hips go to the left, then back past your heels, around to the right. And it doesn't have to be super precise. You're just kind of waking up your body, landing on your mat. Come back to all fours, pause for a moment, and then walk your knees back a couple of inches, curl your toes under, and then with bent knees, lift your hips up and back. You can just let your head hang and just kind of feel into this new shape. This is downward facing dog. Our fingers are spreading wide, our hips are reaching up and back. You can nod your head yes, you can shake your head no, and then just start to pedal out your feet. Left heel reaches down, both heels can reach up, and then right heel reaches down. And just kind of observing where tightness is. Letting your head be heavy. Give yourself, your body, time to integrate these new shapes, and you're welcome to keep the heels up and the knees bent the entire time. Always welcome to modify here. But the idea here is our feet and hands are down, hips reaching up and back, as long as you can through both sides of your waist. And then take a big inhale, and as you reach your right leg to the sky, and just notice how the right hip will want to roll open just to go high, but really it doesn't matter how high the leg is. So roll the right hip down so that it's level with the left. You can spread your right toes. You can make a circle with your right ankle, reaching long through the arms, reaching long through the right leg. And then curl your right knee into your nose and step the right foot all the way up to your right thumb. Lower your left knee down, lift your arms up. And that might take a few steps, but all the way to the top with your foot, inch it to the top, reach tall through the arms. Think of growing taller as you bend deeper into that right knee. And then grab hold of your left wrist with your right hand, reach the arms even longer, and side bend over to the right. And you'll find that as you bend deeper into your right knee and take the side stretch, it'll travel all the way down through the entirety of your left side body, even through the front of the left hip. And then return back to center,
Reach your arms all the way up, and then bring your hands to the floor. You might find that the floor is too far, so maybe use a couple of props. You can use some blocks. Keep your hands on the blocks or the floor, and glide your hips back. Kicking the right heel down and in towards your right sitting bone. So the focus of this shape is the back of the right leg. So you want to breathe into the belly of that right hamstring. Stepping forward into your right foot, curl your left toes under and lift the left knee. Give yourself a moment to really go for length. Chest forward, left heel back. We're cultivating opposition. So there's energy moving forward, there's energy moving backwards. You can keep the blocks or not. Left hand down and right arm up. We take a twist. Bending into the right knee as you reach the arms really wide. How open can you make your chest? And then right hand lowers down and step back to down dog. And once again, invite in the movement. You can pedal out your feet, you can nod your head yes, you can shake your head no. And then pausing in the center, lift high onto the balls of your feet, and like a wave through your whole body, come forward to plank. And we might stay in full plank, we might lower the knees down, but reach the chest forward, go long, and then keep pressing the earth away from you with both hands as you lower all the way down to the mat. Keep the toes untucked, press into the tops of your feet, and lift your chest. Low Cobra. So I want you to imagine that you are pulling yourself forward of your hands. If this mat wasn't here, I would actually go forward. Elbows hugging in towards the body and back towards your heels. Lower your body down, curl your toes under, and take it back towards a child's pose. Let your head release down, and just pause for a moment. And then we inhale forward, back to all fours, curl the toes under, and lift the hips. Once again, it's fine to keep the knees bent. If it's starting to feel a little bit warmer through the backs of your legs, feel free to go a little bit straighter, but just careful not to hyperextend. Once again, you can nod your head yes, shake your head no. And then from here, we'll take the second side. So lift the left leg to the sky. Notice if the hip wants to roll open. Spin the left hip down so that it's level with the right. The back of your pelvis stays level. You can circle the left foot at the ankle. You can spread the toes, scrunch the toes, but just continue to invite in movement. Curl the left knee in towards your nose. Step your left foot next to your left thumb. Lower your right knee down. Untuck the toes. Reach the arms up. So Anjaneyasana, low lunge. Bending into the left knee, grow taller. Reaching long through straight arms, grab hold of your right wrist and side bend over to the left. Continuing to elongate both sides of your body as you side bend. And then coming back to center, releasing the bind, arms reaching tall, hands come down to the floor. So you can grab hold of your blocks here. Keep the right knee, the back knee down, glide your hips back. Flex the left foot, kick the left heel down, and reach your chest forward. Breathing into the belly of that left central hamstring. So even though you're holding this shape still, there's still energy here, actively engaging the back line of that left leg. Stepping forward into your left foot, choose to keep your blocks or not. Curl the right toes under, lift the right knee. Go for length through the chest. Keep the right hand down, lift the left arm. So while you're in this twist, feel where the energy is moving. Left arm reaching up, right arm reaching down, right leg reaching back. Sole of your left foot pressing into the floor. Left hand lowers down, step back to down dog. This time directly to down dog, reaching your hips all the way up and back. And take one big breath. So inhaling through your nose, let your lungs really fill with breath. And then open your mouth, release the breath. So always bringing the focus back to the breath, allowing the breath to give birth to the movement. Lift high onto the balls of your feet and walk yourself forward to the top of your mat. This might take a ton of little baby steps, but eventually we'll get to the top of the mat. Take a forward fold, let your head be heavy, and then reach your chest forward. Come halfway up,
and then fold. Keep a slight bend in your knees and just slowly roll your way up, one vertebra at a time. Reach the arms wide and then up. Grab hold of left wrist with your right hand, side bend to the right, just like we did in the lunge. And then come back to center, grabbing hold of right wrist with left hand, side bend over to the left. Come back to center, release your hands to your heart center, and then down. So finding Tadasana, this mountain pose, soles of your feet pressing down, arms just rested alongside your body, palms facing forward. Take a moment here, reconnecting with your breath, reconnecting with your body. You can even close your eyes. When you're ready, let your eyes open. Inhale the arms wide and then up. And then as you exhale, bow forward into your legs. Reach your chest forward on the in-breath. And as you exhale, step one foot back and then the other. Find downward facing dog. Breathing the thigh bones back. So building upon the sequence we did before, we'll take it a little bit differently. Reach your right leg to the sky, that's an inhale. And as you exhale, curl right knee into your nose, step right foot next to your right thumb. Come onto your fingertips or use your blocks. Take a moment here, level off the back of your pelvis, reach left leg back, chest reaches forward, and then stay low in your upper body and reach your arms back to frame your body. So arms squeezing in, chest reaching forward, left heel reaching back, and then come all the way up, bending into your left knee. There's a buoyancy here. The back knee is bent as well so that you can really feel the tailbone lengthening down and the arms reaching up. So from here, keep the chest reaching tall and just take a twist, really cultivating a sense of balance. Left arm forward, right arm back. Reach the arms really wide and then so slowly, left hand comes to the floor or the block. Find your twist. We've been here before, so feel that space that you've created through your whole body. And then release both hands down. You can use the blocks or not. Step back to a plank. Pausing and plank. Reach the chest forward. You can always have your knees down. We bend the elbows, lower all the way down. Untuck the toes, hug the elbows in, and inhale to lift your chest. Low cobra. Lower down, curl your toes under, lift your hips up and then back towards your heels and reach your hips up. Downward facing dog. Take a couple breaths here, landing back in this familiar shape. Knees can be bent, you can pedal out the feet, you can nod your head yes, you can shake your head no, but just kind of once again turning the focus inward. What's happening in your body? Allow yourself to be that observer. Inhale the left leg to the sky, hips stay level. Exhale, curl left knee in towards your nose and step your left foot next to your left thumb. Come onto your fingertips on the floor or on the blocks. Go for length. Imagine that you are trying to pick your belly button up off your left thigh. It won't happen, but just see if it's possible. Chest reaches forward, right heel reaches back. Stay low in the upper body. Reach the arms back. Squeeze the arms in towards the midline as you lift them up, and then sweep them forward as you rise all the way up. So bending into the left knee, bend that back knee as well so you can take this big arch away. Tailbone down, pubic bone lifts, arms lift. Keep the arms lifting up and take your twist. Right arm forward, left arm back. Go long through the arms and then so slowly, right hand comes to the floor. Choosing to have the right hand on the block or not. Reach wide through the arms as you bend into the left knee. And then left hand lowers down. Step back to plank. Pausing in plank. Recalibrate here. Chest reaches forward, heels reach back. Knees lower down. Knees go wide. Toes, big toes can touch. Find child's pose. Take a couple of breaths here. You can walk your hands together. Palms of your hands touch. Keep the palms pressing together in prayer and bend the arms at your elbows. thumbs release to the nape of your neck. Releasing your hands forward, just slowly roll your way up so that you're seated on your shins. You can walk your knees together. Just pause, giving yourself a moment. So when you're ready, let your eyes softly open, and then let your hips fall to one side. Legs can come out from under you. Scoot yourself forward and just slowly lower yourself onto your back, making some circles with your knees, and then reversing the direction. Soles of your feet land on the floor. Hands, palms of your hands facing down. And just notice where your feet are. So you can walk your feet all the way together so that you feel that the feet are parallel to one another. And then just separate them a few inches, about 3 to 4 inches. We're hip distance apart. Take an inhale on the floor to prepare. And as you exhale, curl your pubic bone in towards your belly button and roll your hips up. Coming into a little bridge, take an inhale at the top. And as you exhale, roll your way down. So we're gonna take a rolling bridge. It's an inhale on the floor, and it's an exhale to curl the pelvis in, one vertebra at a time. Roll your hips up. Inhale at the top, and exhale, curl the pelvis in, roll your way down. We'll do that a few times, but add the movement of the arms. So it's an inhale on the earth to prepare, and an exhale to curl the pubic bone in towards the belly button, rolling the hips up and lifting the arms up past your ears. Take an inhale at the top, and as you exhale, one vertebra at a time, roll your way down so that your hips and your arms land back down on the floor. So one of the challenges or ideas to play with as you move through rolling bridge is, can you synchronize the movement of the arms with the movement of your spine so that your hips and your arms land on the earth at the same time, that your hips reach the highest point when your arms land on the floor back behind you. And just play with that idea of slowing down the movement of the spine to meet the larger movement of your hips. When you finish your last one, you can do as many of those as you want. Walk your feet wide and let your inner thighs and inner knees drop into touch. Just give yourself a moment to rest. Your pelvis can settle, the backs of your shoulders and your spine can settle. And then separate your knees, walk your feet back in towards one another, hug your right knee into your chest, and then choose the placement of your left leg. The sole of the foot can stay down on the floor. You can extend the left leg. It really depends how your body's feeling. Interlace your hands behind your right thigh and press your right thigh into your hands. Take an inhale here. And as you exhale even more, thigh into your hands, interlaced hands draw the leg towards your chest. And then a couple times we'll inhale to extend the right leg. It might not go all the way towards straight, and then exhale to bend. So just giving the back of that right leg a little bit of focus, extending the right leg, and then bend. And as you move the right leg, notice what's happening in the left. It's not just collapsed. The left leg is active as well, reaching out through the left heel. One more time, extend the right leg as you reach the left. Extend, and then bend your knee. One more, reach the left leg long, and then bend. Then we'll take our hands to the front of the left leg, bend your right knee for just a moment, scoot your hips to the left, and then take your twist. Left leg crosses over you, left arm falls out to the left. Backs of your shoulders, backs of your ribs heavy. And as you feel the practice start to wind down, let your breath soften as well.